Top of the morning, everyone. Father Peter here. Father Joe is in the bed, so that's why I'm giving this midweek presentation. Not unusual, is it? Just wanted to follow up with you on the recent statement by Pope Francis on respect and compassion for our gay brothers and sisters. Notice what he says. Homosexuals have a right to be part of the family. They are children of God and have a right to a family. Nobody should be thrown out or made miserable because of it. Very courageous stance, I believe, and I fully affirm. So often we have the ability to judge people on their behavior, and we fail to see the humanity of the individual. And that carries through, doesn't it, in so many social and political issues. In a beautiful presentation in Dublin, Ireland, before the World Meeting of Families on August 23rd, 2018, Father James Martin provided some wonderful insights for the people who were listening to his presentation. He mentioned some very, very important issues that sometimes we overlook. That first of all, that homosexuals, that they are Catholic. That may sound obvious, but they are, and they belong to the church already. Second, they do not choose their orientation, and you can check with our medical community and biologists and psychiatrists about that very, very important reality. And also, you can talk about the lived experience of many people who are gay. The sad point he highlights is how they've been treated as lepers in the church. And I'm sure you might have your own personal experiences, maybe within your own family or a dear friend whose son or daughter is gay, and how they were treated growing up as adults, and how unfortunately they were treated by the church. And the tremendous dilemma that put parents in. Do I love my child as he is, or do I follow what I understand to be the teaching of the church, that they are disordered? No one is disordered. Everyone is loved by the Lord. Everyone. Just look at the Gospels, how Jesus treated the lepers, the prostitutes, the tax collectors, the real public sinners in his time. They also bring wonderful gifts to the church of their compassion, love, and their struggles. They really know what it is to suffer and to struggle through their life and the reality that they have lived. They also long to know God. They want to experience God's love. They want to meet Jesus in the Eucharist, and they want to experience the Holy Spirit in the sacraments. And their deepest desire is to know God, just like ours or anyone else's. And probably the most important thing I think he says at that statement is they are loved by God. And they are loved extravagantly. And we are called to love them as Jesus loved them, and not on the margins, but to love them extravagantly. We are called, as Pope Francis mentions, to respect them with compassion and sensitivity. That all comes about in welcoming people. Most of the time, we're uncomfortable welcoming people that we don't know. And that's why it's so important for us to extend a very welcoming attitude to any of our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. They are more than welcome to pray with us. And James Martin makes another interesting point. We don't tell people who are divorced that they can't come to church, do we? We don't examine their personal life as a litmus test about coming to the Eucharist. And Pope Francis, again, in a very pastoral way, which is a struggle for some people who want to be very dogmatic and say this is the way you have to be a Catholic or a Christian. And you know what? None of us measure up to that, do we? None of us. So blessings on you, and please continue to pray for our brothers and sisters who unfortunately have a long history in the church of very condemnatory remarks by priests, by bishops, and by their fellow Christians. And I apologize for that, and apologize for any way that I may have discriminated against any of our gay brothers and sisters. So with that apology, please go forth, be a source of light and love to others as you are to Father Joe and myself, even though he's in bed. God love.